Hey everybody, what is going on? It is Dunbar Snackbar with MLB 13 the show, and here we go with 30 wins with 30 teams. We're going to be finishing up in the American League as we go ahead and start off with the AL East. And then we've just got the NL East after this, and then we're done. We're good. So, anyway, that being said, we're going to be facing the Blue Jays here in this one. And just to kind of get this out of the way at the beginning, I don't want it to be taken as a sign of disrespect, but we won't be talking so much about the history of the Tampa Bay Rays here in this one, especially with like some of the last teams that we've been able to play as, especially those in the NL Central. We've been able to talk a lot about, teams' history over 100+ years in most cases. So won't be able to do that today, that's for sure. But let's get the game started off here as Jose Reyes hits this one to short. He's going to be safe at first, but I still thought that was a pretty good defensive play, preventing that from going into left field. And who knows, maybe the computer might have tried to go for two. I don't know. The computer's done some crazy things to me as of late. But here's Jose Bautista at the plate for the Blue Jays. As you can see, David Price is on the hill for us. So here's the reason why we can't really talk so much about the history of the Tampa Bay Rays. They are among the newest teams in Major League Baseball, having been established in 1998. And I actually remember when they got started up at the same time that the Arizona Diamondbacks did. And it just blew my mind, the idea of having more teams in baseball and everything. So I thought it was pretty sweet. I mean, I still do, of course, because I really can't think of baseball now without the Diamondbacks or the Rays. But we'll get some more in a little bit. 0-2 count right here. Well, goes over by head. Not even a jump or anything. Oh my gosh, that's a terrible throw. So now, I think that was Colby Rasmus. Is it second base? That's not good. I really can't stand those type of errors. I can understand some of the infield ones just because I know how tough of a play that is to make. But you know what? I'll take that. Evan Longoria applies the tag at third. Good thinking on my part. Because I was going ahead and I was looking at first. I figured, hey, I got a pretty easy out if I go that way, but I'm glad I went over to third. All right. Myers getting a base hit. This is going to go into the corner here in left center. So I'll get over to second. So a great way to start things off offensively here for the Tampa Bay Rays with that hit into the gap. Joyce now at the plate. Taking a little bit of lead. Taking a little bit of a lead on over to third, but nothing too crazy. That's going to go straight through the middle. I'm going to go ahead and round third, come home, and I'm going to be safe. Throw not on target, at least not enough to go ahead and get Myers out at home. So there we go, 1-0. Tampa Bay on top of the Blue Jays. Now we'll go ahead and we'll get to the bottom of the third. 2-2 count. Another base hit for us, going in the left. So it's good to see that in this game we do have some offense already going. So it was kind of nice to be able to get that confidence level. Staying at about the halfway point or even less for the starting pitcher. That way I don't have to work with a pitcher that has a lot of confidence. Oh, this is not good. Well, at least I'm safe at first. I think that was Jennings who would have got the hit there. So taking a pretty big lead. The computer knows what's coming. Of course, when you got a runner here who's got 86 speed, I'm going to be looking for that opportunity to steal. I'm never afraid to go for the next bag. So here I go. I kind of stumbled a little bit right there, too. And if I hadn't, or if that throw hadn't been off by a little bit, I probably would have been out. Now, unfortunately, though, despite getting the bag, not able to bring him home. Ooh, right down the line. I thought that I was at least going to be able to stop that one by laying out and diving for it. Not the case, and even gets on over to second. And I'm sitting here wondering, how did that happen? Usually when it goes right down the line like that, we're looking at just a single. But I went back and I looked, and it was because of the animation, because I had to go through this huge thing of picking it up and then getting set for the throw. Now, still one run here for the Rays. We're the only ones to be able to produce a run here. We're in the bottom of the 4th. Gets out. I always get worried every time it goes over in that direction, especially hitting the ball on the ground like that. Very easy for them to be able to field that, get a double play. So I think the only reason I got a base hit there was because they were set up for the double play. Still no outs. Going and laying down the bunt here with Scott. I didn't want to hit into a double play right there. So I'm like, if I put runners on 2nd and 3rd, I got a pretty good chance of being able to bring them home. So Escobar now at the plate. His first pitch. 2 outs, though. Make that 3. Now, I don't know if that was necessarily a good idea to go ahead and bunt to get the runners in scoring position. I mean, hindsight's 20/20, and Evan Longoria not able to get that. I don't know. I just was really worried that I would hit into a double play. And granted, in the grand scheme of things, really not too much could have, been worse off than that. So, all right, here's Jose Reyes now coming up to the plate. So, originally, for some people, this is a little known fact, because it's not necessarily old news, but Tampa Bay, when they first got started, they were the Devil Rays. And I remember that. I mean, that was an interesting pick, I would say, because just the word devil in there, I don't know, maybe that was just me, but I didn't like it that much. So another thing about the team when they originally got started too, colors were a little bit different than what you would typically expect. I mean, there was purple and like a teal or turquoise type of color, stuff like that. And so in 2008, they decided to go ahead and change a lot of things, and I think they had a good choice what they went with here. So they were going to either be the Aces, the Bandits, the Cannons, the Dukes, the Stripes, or the 9, but they decided to stay with the Rays, keeping with the Florida Sun and everything. That was kind of why they went with it. One thing I've heard too, double play right here, is in 2007 and everything, there was already talk about maybe moving the team just because of low attendance and stuff. Oh, is this going to be it? It's a home run. Evan Longoria with that one too. So I've mentioned that in 30 wins with 30 teams, I feel bad when I don't get a chance to be able to feature the star player of the team. So to be able to get a home run with Evan Longoria right here, I think that's awesome. All right, so that's going to go ahead and double the lead that I've been able to put together. But like I was saying, yeah, so there was talk about even moving the team, and they decided to go with Ray because of a ray of hope to be able to keep the team there. But I haven't found anything verified of that, but I still think it's kind of a cool story. Oh, man, I'm safe at first. Now, that is the prime reason why you don't, let up. You always hustle to first base because you never know what's going to happen. I know a lot of friends, when they would have seen it hit on over to first, they would have just leisurely jogged over, figuring that they were out. That was one of the things I was proud of when I was playing baseball. I always hustled. I was a quick guy, so I always tried to make advantage of it. There was one time where I didn't hustle, and I was out. But all right, that'll put runners on first and second, excuse me. Because when I went ahead and I laid down a bunt, and it went foul, but then it was in foul territory, and then it came back in, and they picked it up and threw it on over. But supposedly I still should have ran over to first. My bad. Anyway, 1 run comes home. Gonna go ahead and round third. Throw's gonna be off target. I'm safe. All right, we're doing some good here in this inning. All right, so that was Luke Scott too. So maybe I really shouldn't have ended up bunting with him. All right, so Joyce, I'm getting that one past first base. No, I'm not going to round third here. That would have been a huge mistake. I'll be perfectly content with having runners on the corner right here. So we're still up 4-0. No outs right here, too. Could be a good chance to, well, double play. Nope. Yes, we beat it out. All right, well, that's good. Well, I hit into a fielder's choice. Run comes home. That's all we're going to see. So Brett Lowry coming in. So, I mean, another reason about having a team from 1998 we can't really talk about is a lot of what's happened in the postseason. Now, Tampa Bay got the American League pennant in 2008. They've won the East twice. Made the wild card in 2011 and 2013. One of the things, I mean, I have so much respect for Tampa Bay because I know with them being a small market team, attendance isn't necessarily the best, and with their annual payroll not being nearly as high as a lot of other teams, the things that they do, I think is amazing. You look at the American League East and you realize how tough it is. And from 2009 on to 2013, they've never finished anywhere but third or higher, winning it, of course, in 2010. But making the wild card, too, I mean, that's just a great organization with great leadership. And so, mad props to the Rays. Like, for real. I look at these guys, and there's nothing I can't say that I fault them for. All right, so I give up a walk right here. This might be the last inning we see David Price. Oh, come on. I was hoping that was going to end up being a double play. Instead, a run's going to come home. And I'll put runners at first and third for the Blue Jays. So David Price having his struggles here in the 8th inning. You can imagine, though, when you keep a pitcher in for this long, you're going to have an inning where there is going to be problems. And this, hopefully, is the only one that I have. I mean, after the one with the Cardinals where the Cubs really came back, I'm not going to be content with anything. All right, so I'm going to try to see. Dang it, I didn't get it. I charged up too far on it. I was hoping to do a curl hop home, and I think if I would have been able to do the curl hop, I might have been able to get the out. All right, Joyce at the plate, lefty versus righty. That one just hovered at the top of the strike zone. Looks like it was a slider. Waited on it. And boy, was I rewarded for that one. So a home run to go ahead and give the Rays 6 runs. And a good chance to be able to come away with the W. Ah, rejoice. I get it. I get it. All right, so now here we are in the top of the 9th. Going to be bringing in Fernando Rodney to try and finish this game for us. Of course, not a safe situation with 4 runs between us. Easy out right there. So 1 out. 0-2 count now. Lind at the plate. Going to try and see if I can force this one to go out of the strike zone, but kind of goes a little bit higher and a little more to the heart of the plate than I would have wanted, but that's okay. Gets the job done. We're looking at out number 2. Okay. 0-1 count. Going to try the slider. Oh, and I hit Brett Lowry. I didn't mean to do that. I really didn't, and you guys saw it there too. I had it actually more aiming towards the heart of the plate and then having it drift off towards the outside part. Man, not cool. This is where things get started. But at least it's happening with 2 outs. I mean, with the Cubs, that all took place with no outs, so I was really worried. Strike 1. Fernando Rodney definitely has some good pitches to be able to go with right here. Definitely has the velocity there, too. 96 miles an hour to Aaron Sebia. Just got to get one more. How tricky do I get? Going to go with the 2-seamer. Try and get that to drop out of the strike zone. But it works. Actually, it was the circle change. My bad. I was like, that's kind of not right for the 2-seamer now that I think about it, but that's okay. Anyway, big win for us here. Like I said, this is the beginning of the end for the American League. So the next game, we'll be playing as the Toronto Blue Jays, so make sure you guys stay tuned for that. Appreciate you watching. I really do. You guys are phenomenal. You guys are phenomenal people. You really are. Thank you again for watching. And subscribe if you haven't already. You can follow me on Facebook, Twitter, all that great jazz. Again, as always, I hope you have a good one.